My name is Chris Forrester, and I'm a journalist and here today to help guide you through the NDS Perspectives sessions. And we're very, very proud to have with us a senior member of staff from Vodafone Germany, Dhananjay Mirchandani. Good morning, or good afternoon, I think we are today.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to IBC and the NDS stand.
Thanks for having me.
I thought maybe we'd start with you giving us a little overview as to what Vodafone is doing in Germany and the situation in Germany generally as regards television and pay television in particular.
Well, thanks, Ed, and once again, thanks for having me.
No pleasure.
These are exciting times for Vodafone in Germany. We, on the 17th of February of this year, we launched our TV service, which is, and Vodafone is known as a mobile company globally, not a mobile TV service, but a TV service as audiences know it globally. It is a living room service, so Vodafone is in the living rooms of our customers where they spend 250 minutes a day on average enjoying high quality TV programming. The launch has been, I would say, successful in the sense that we have, as we've rolled out the product, chosen to do it in a measured fashion to ensure that we are taking a mature and stable product to market. And we've already signed up about 50,000 orders without spending a dime on marketing.
So is that a city by city or a Länder by Länder?
It's a channel by channel rollout. So we started with our direct channels, our exclusive channels, our own stores, our flagship stores. These are 1,500 outlets across Germany, and have then moved to indirect retail, where we compete with the likes of Deutsche Telekom, the cable operators in Germany, but also CE device manufacturers.
Exactly. Germany is nothing if not cabled, and where it isn't cabled, it's got DTH, and it's got 30 to 40 very high quality free-to-air channels. Why and how do you think you're going to crack into that market in terms of pay TV?
It's interesting that you refer to Vodafone TV as a pay TV service. We have positioned our TV service as an enhancement or an enrichment of a traditional TV experience. We need pay channels and pay content in order to complete the service, ensure that it is full and rich. But our primary positioning is one of adding rich feature functionality to a traditional TV experience, because we believe consumers want that.
And what form does that take? How do you do that? What additional features are you delivering to the consumer?
So let's start from the consumer's perspective. There is a huge pent-up demand for HD in the German market. There was a huge HD-ready campaign that was piloted by Astra, SES Astra, about 3 years ago, which led to an adoption of HD devices in Germany, HD TV sets in Germany. Content took a while to follow. And if you ask consumers what their one key requirement is at this point in time, considering that almost 50% of German households now have an HD ready or an HD TV set, it's HD programming. So we, with our broadcast partners, have decided to make that a key priority and deliver high quality linear HD content into the homes. That's point number one. Point number two is I would say time shift functionality, and we're only at the beginning of what I hope will be a rich time shift experience for our consumers. It's adding PVRs. When we started, only 3% of German households had PVRs in their homes. So there is a consumer demand for being able to untether themselves from the schedules of day-to-day programming. And that would be the second key step. The third step is on-demand programming. I think Germany, with its two major broadcasters, so very strong public broadcasting operation, but also two major free-to-air broadcasters, the RTL Group and the ProSieben Sat.1 Group, which essentially control airwaves, have their own on-demand presences predominantly on the internet. And we believe that this is another huge opportunity from a consumer perspective to deliver feature functionality without getting into the pay TV business. Fourthly, the TV set today is something that consumers use to consume video programming. It is still, to refer to a term that was, I think, introduced about 15 years ago, a lean-back experience, a largely lean-back experience. And I think it's becoming increasingly a window into much more, a window into the connected home. my photographs that I took on my vacation, which are residing on my PC in my attic or in my study, which I would love to bring onto my TV screen because they're in excellent quality and I'd love to share them. Or videos that I've taken on my iPhone that at this point in time can potentially be viewed only on an iPhone or via Apple TV onto my TV screen. That's, how can I take that type of content, audio? So I've downloaded 10,000 songs legally, MP3s from a variety of sources. How can I bring that to life? And what role can the TV set play in that experience? And then last but not the least, I think the smart TVs, everyone's talking about connected TVs.
Sure.
And we're thinking about connected TVs. And Vodafone TV, in many ways, is a very reasonably priced option to bring the beauty of the internet and the richness of the internet onto the TV set. So these are the 5 things: HD programming, just on-demand viewing, both from a time shift perspective, but also from a content perspective. Thirdly, bringing videos, bringing the richness of the internet to the TV set. Fourthly, making it a center for the connected home experience. And last but not the least, in many ways, it is the window for our consumers into a world of entertainment that we just have to occupy.
Absolutely.
As an operator.
When BSkyB in the UK first introduced its PVR, they were slow to take off. It was said the customer didn't understand the functionality, despite 20 years of video recording in the home. Are you sensing that the German viewer, who are very gadget friendly, if you like, are they not better educated, but are they more open to seeing the benefits of a PVR?
I think they are. I think that and I think this is a bit of a chicken and an egg problem, because if you look at PVRs as they have been deployed, they've been very expensive. So there was a hurdle to adoption. If you needed an HD satellite receiver with a PVR about 2 or 3 years ago, you probably end up spending 600 euros. Now those prices have come down significantly. Sure. And we're probably in the range of 250 to 300 euros. So as these devices become purchasable, as they become economical from a consumer perspective, I think you'll start seeing penetration rise. I think there's a second very important aspect, which is that the PVR as a standalone device 5 years ago, I mean, think about VHS video recorders with ShowView. You needed to key in a code. I think it was a 7-digit code. So you key in a code and then hope that you have enough tape material in there so that your programming could be stored. Now I think that with EPGs and the quality that EPGs bring to customers, with the ease of interaction with those electronic program guides, the fact that they can now be accessed with a smartphone device, both within the home but also elsewhere, makes the PVR experience, both from a control perspective, but also from a consumption perspective, significantly easier. So I think that there's a lot happening in the technology space that is going to drive adoption, and that is driving adoption.
For sure. Now, you're not alone in this market. We've already hinted at the competition. You've got Sky Deutschland working very hard to build its subscriber base, again using PVRs and high definition. You've got the promised launch next year of the Liberty Global Horizon box, which is a very attractive product by any means. You've got cable doing its thing. What do you think your USP is going to be for the consumer?
I think it's 3 things. It's reach, it's value for money, and it's distribution power. Right. So availability. I think when we talk about reach, we were the first to be in market with a device that addresses 40 million German households, because we delivered a TV experience, a rich TV experience on satellite. We delivered it to those consumers who had analog TV cable signals in their homes, and we delivered it to those consumers who were willing to sign up for an IPTV experience. So, unlike some of our competitors, we believe that we've taken a product to market that instantaneously was applicable and available to 40 million households. That's the first piece. The second piece is economics. If you do the math on a DSL plus Vodafone TV subscription today, with the promotion that we have out in the market right now, you would be paying 35 euros, and that's it. If you were to stack that up against what our cable competitors are commanding for a similar type of service, or the incumbent Deutsche Telekom, I think it's a very attractive offer. I don't think it's cheap. We don't want to be cheap.
No.
The Vodafone brand is a premium brand, but I think it offers great value for money. And I think thirdly, we have a distribution network in Germany which is second to none, which means that we have both exclusive retail as well as independent retail and we have excellent multi-year, multi-decade relationships with these channel partners. And I think TV and products such as Vodafone TV has to be experienced before a consumer would want to buy it. And arguably, these three factors, the fact that we have reach, that we are economically in a position to deliver an experience with great value for money, and we have the distribution power behind it to deliver the product and the experience before consumers decide to buy it, I believe are a winning combination.
Now, it's taking a chunk of investment. You're moving from a 3G to a 4G world. How do you see that evolving and helping you in this battle?
LTE 4G represents very exciting times for Vodafone. We were the first to launch LTE in the German market, or 4G as it's called in some other countries. We're signing up about 10,000 residential customers who are using 4G as a substitute to a DSL service. Now, the first step that we've decided to take is to offer these customers Vodafone TV, which means that the customer would use the existing satellite infrastructure to receive a linear TV signal, because interestingly, 90% of those customers who've signed up for LTE services today use satellite as their primary broadcast platform or technology, and use our LTE network as the return path for all on-demand services. And that starts with simple services such as the EPG, and goes to high-quality HD linear, non-linear streaming. So we believe that it's symbiotic in nature. We take Vodafone TV as a hybrid proposition, couple it up with LTE, and have a winning combination in the market instantaneously. I think that's the beginning. That is the first step. And it can only be the first step. Because I'm not sure if you've experienced LTE. I have. And for anybody who was used to the long return times of UMTS, LTE is a fundamentally better technology.
Absolutely.
From a consumer perspective. And I truly believe that the advent of tablets, the availability of LTE, which hopefully will deliver the promise of ubiquitous, true ultra broadband, allows an application which is trivial to many consumers to be taken on the road, which is video. If you think about it, there were mobile TV experiments. We tried to deliver the World Championship in 2006 on UMTS, and I think all of that failed because we didn't have the devices, and we didn't have the type of infrastructure from a network perspective to deliver a promise of uninterrupted high-quality video.
Sure.
That is changing with the advent
Sure.
of LTE and with the onset of the tablet revolution.
Now, this show is nothing if not about connected TVs, and you've already mentioned that, but also multi-screen devices, and you've also mentioned that. Is the ability to deliver signals both within the home and to the home into multiple screens, is that possible within your system?
I don't want to reveal too much at this point in time, Chris. I hope you understand. But I think that we as a fully integrated telco in Germany would be well advised to think very carefully about multi-screen, not in the context of the home, but also in the context of ubiquitous usage. Video, high-quality video anywhere. And we have some very concrete plans in terms of what we want to do. We will start with the home, I can tell you this, and then transgress the boundaries of the home into other spaces. I think. Let me just give you some very clear answers to your question. The first answer is to make sure that we can deliver a reasonable TV experience despite bandwidth constraints into
Sure.
the home to multiple TV sets. People start getting very excited about multi-screen in the context of smartphones and tablets. But I think the first step is to be able to enable the second TV set with all the beauty and the beautiful functionalities that we have on Vodafone TV. The second step would be to incorporate smartphones, tablets within the home, and that applies to both premium content, but also to user-generated or content such as photos and videos. And in parallel, we will work hard to make sure that as we roll out LTE, that experience is not only limited to the four walls of the living room or the home, and can be seamlessly taken on the go. And I think we're very close not only to saying that, but also delivering that to our consumers.
Super, well done. Every success. Thank you for your time here today. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Mr. Mirchandani.